This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by nhliberty.org.
Ron Paul discusses gun rights in his February 10th, 2008 column. Quote, Second Amendment battle in D.C. As a United States Congressman, I take my oath to uphold all of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights very seriously. Unfortunately, too many in Washington, D.C. believe they can pick and choose which provisions of the Constitution they can uphold. For example, many politicians, judges, and bureaucrats believe they have the power to disregard our right to own guns, even though the Second Amendment explicitly guarantees the people's right to keep and bear arms. Like the Founding Fathers, I believe that the right to keep and bear arms is fundamental to a free society. Where law-abiding citizens are most freely allowed to defend themselves, communities are safer when law-abiding people's access to firearms is restricted. Gun laws only disarm those who respect the law. Those with criminal tendencies do not turn in their weapons or reform their ways because government bureaucrats enact statutes that tell them to. Gun control laws turn peaceful citizens into sitting ducks for criminals to prey upon. Ironically, one of the most draconian gun laws in the nation is in the nation's capital. Banning guns did not make D.C. safer. In fact, crime in D.C. rose after the gun ban went into place. Fortunately, last year, a federal court struck down D.C.'s gun ban in the case of D.C. versus Heller. This is the first time in years a court found a gun control law violated the Second Amendment. However, victory is not secured. The city of D.C. has appealed, and the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case. If the lower court's decision is upheld, law-abiding citizens should once again be allowed to defend themselves in D.C., and I would expect it to become a much safer city. It would also set a very positive precedent that could affect gun laws all over the country. However, a Supreme Court decision that the District of Columbia's gun laws are a reasonable infringement on constitutional rights could severely set back the gun rights movement. This is why I have signed on to a brief headed by Texas Senator Kay Bailey Hutchinson and signed by a majority of Congress asking the Supreme Court to uphold the lower court's decision and take a stand for stricter standards of constitutional review for gun laws. I am pleased to work with Senator Hutchinson and so many other colleagues on this important issue. As a member of the Second Amendment Caucus, I will continue to work with those of my colleagues who support gun rights and grassroots activists to defend the Second Amendment rights of Americans. Unquote.
State House, but you know how I'm always saying that if you do this at the New Hampshire State House, you're gonna hit one of the New Hampshire liberty activists. Well, let's just try it and see what happens.
Hey, what are you doing?
See, it works. If you do this at the New Hampshire State House, you will hit a member of the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance. This is Dave Ridley signing off for RidleyReport.com, sponsored by NHLiberty. You guys can say it.
NHLiberty.org.
No, that's not how I say it. NHLiberty.org.
O-R-G.
All right. Thanks,
Not
guys.
that anymore.
NHLiberty.org.